The wedgie thing, but we have to do that later. First, we're gonna bring up our headliner of the night. Guys, he's so funny. He's
really funny. He's one of the best comics in Boston.
His name is John
Rivera.
Wow. I'm gonna donate this money, so now you guys have to give it to the food bank, huh? Yeah. I'm a goddamn hero personified. Look at that. This is how you do it here, right? You just throw it on the chair?
Yeah.
That's how I've been doing it my whole life. Guys, thank you guys so much for coming out and supporting the food bank. That's very cool of you guys. I want everyone here who's like a cool, hip, young college person to remember to stay safe out there, you know? It can be a dangerous world in the Boston area, especially these times. Especially for college-aged white men. I don't know if you guys have heard this, but there's a lot of college-aged white men that are found floating dead in the bodies of water around Boston. And some people think that it's the work of a serial killer. Yeah, so-called smiley face killer, right? Wow. Well, you know what? I found out that this is not true. Whenever I'm walking around Boston late at night and I see a guy who looks like he could be a serial killer, I shove him into the Charles River. And then I come super hard from the joy of protecting this grand city, right? From these serial killing monsters. I'll tell you what I do like, guys. I love old sayings. Old sayings are really great because old sayings teach you something like in a fun little phrase that's easy to remember. Like the old saying, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. That teaches you if you eat healthy, that you'll be healthy. There's the old saying, early bird gets the worm, right? That teaches you that if you get up early, you'll have a head start and you'll be a success. And then there's that famous old saying, don't shit where you eat. And that teaches you that some people need very specific instructions to get through their day. Because if you don't tell them not to, they will take a shit on their dinner plate, I guess. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's very useful old phrase, very good stuff. There's an old saying that gets thrown around a lot during election time. They say that the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. This is an old saying I'm not such a big fan of, mostly because I am freaked out by the idea that there are two devils. And one of the devils is a stranger. We don't even know anything with this other devil, you know? This guy could be doing all kinds of fucking crazy shit. Can I use it? I'm gonna try this. No. It's a failure, like everything else I've tried in my life. That sounded so sad. Sorry, I'm fine. I'm kidding. I'm fine. You know, I got $20 to donate to the food bank. I'm feeling good. Feeling very good. I was thinking recently about how I'm pretty poor. I've lived below the poverty line my entire life, and so I have a lot of experience with, you know, store brand products. You guys know that, right? Store brand products, they're cheaper, they're shittier. You know, so I had friends, they had a little more money. They would be eating like Captain Crunch. I was eating like, you know, Soggy Sailor. My friends, they're like, oh, we'll get some popcorn. We'll get Orville Redenbacher. My popcorn wasn't Orville Redenbacher. It was Robert J. Poppenheimer. That was the name of my popcorn brand. Not fun, you know? You know, I think my favorite store brand product, my favorite one from growing up is this one supermarket. They have a store brand product that's called President's Choice, which is a very funny name for a store brand product to me. You know, you go to someone, you're like, you've attained the highest office in the lands. You've sold your soul to corporations and special interests. You've done all this stuff, and now you're the leader of the free world. What do you choose, President? And the president's like, I want shitty soda that tastes like the annual income of Subway sandwich artists. That's what I choose. I don't mean to shit on Subway sandwich artists. I was a sandwich artist for a long time. It's tough to be a Subway sandwich artist because nobody treats you and respects you like an artist, you know? Even though you're an artist, you know? No one ever comes in and is like, ooh, let me commission you for a nice little thing, right? They treat you like shit. The other day, a guy came in, he was ordering a salami sandwich, and I'm like, well, I'm an artist, so I start just putting shoe polish on the bread. And he's like, whoa, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, listen, I'm pushing the boundaries, buddy. It says artist right here on the apron. I start spreading the shoe polish on my face, and he's like, holy shit, I'm getting the fuck out of here. This is too extreme of an artist for me. The store brand product, if you think about it, is an indictment on capitalism. Like, before the store brand product existed, there's a balance, right? A corporation makes a product. They sell it to a store, they sell it to a consumer, and then everybody's happy, right? But then, the stores got greedy. They were like, you know what, that's not enough. They start making store brand products. Can you imagine the first store brand products, like the Dr. Pepper guys in there, stocking his Dr. Pepper, he sees it, and he's like, hey, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this soda? What the fuck is Dr. Rocket soda? And the manager's like, oh yeah, Dr. Rocket soda, that's our soda. We make that soda. He's like, you got it stocked right next to the Dr. Pepper. And he's like, we sure do. He's like, it looks just like Dr. Pepper. And he's like, it sure does. Well, does it taste like Dr. Pepper? No, it tastes like kicked out of med school pepper. That's what it tastes like. And he's like, well, if it doesn't taste good, then no one's gonna buy it. And he's like, come on, dude. It's 45 cents cheaper. These animals are gonna buy it like crazy. The only people that'll complain are rich children when they visit their poor friends' homes. That's the only people that are gonna care. They're gonna be like, ooh, this soda tastes funny. Why does your dad work for my dad? My dad says people like your dad need to exist. What does that mean? Store brand. You know what? You know what's a weird game? Chess. Chess is a weird game. You guys ever think about that? You guys ever think about chess is a board game? Technically, it's in the same category as like fucking Boggle. But chess is like a different kind of board game. People respect you when you're good at chess, you know? People put their chess championships on their resumes for high-paying jobs. There's no other board games like that. You'll be in a job interview and someone's like, all right, I see you have a BA in parapsychology. Very nice. Ah, I see you whip ass at Connect 4. Very impressive. Very impressive. There are these super nerdy board games, like this nerdy board game revolution. You guys into that? You guys are all cool. You know, they cost like $80. They take like 5 hours to play. Let's play this one board game. It's so nerdy, it has a one-player mode. A board game you play alone. The game even changes. If you're playing in one-player mode, the object of the game is to not burst into tears while you play. And it's a very, very challenging game. For myself, I find that sex for me is much like a board game. I find that for me, sex is it's like a game of chess, really. In that after the first few moves, I'm completely overwhelmed and wish we hadn't started playing at all. Suddenly I remember that I don't like this game and that it makes me sweaty. I more like the idea of chess than actually playing. Some people say that sex is like pizza, right? Because even when it's bad, it's still pretty good, which is a pretty stupid phrase, right? You can tell a guy probably wrote that. For me, though, sex is like a pizza. Sex is like pizza. Whenever I buy it to cheer myself up, it just makes me more depressed. And I think, why did I drag a delivery boy into this situation for just no reason at all? What was the point of that? I'm just kidding, guys. I don't actually buy pizza. Nice. I'm trying to quit smoking cigarettes, so I switched to vaping. I'm one of those pieces of shit now. You're walking around the city. You're like, ooh, is the circus in town? I smell watermelon cotton candy. It's not the circus, it's just an asshole who believes in stuff that is too good to be true. I was like, you know what's not good for me? Smoking tobacco. I better switch to smoking electricity instead. That'll do me right up. Sometimes I'm feeling really low, I just stick my tongue directly into the wall sockets. That gives me a little charge for the day. I had to try to quit smoking cigarettes. You know, it's bad for your health, right? They say. But there could also be social negatives to smoking cigarettes. Like sometimes I'll be outside of a place like this, you know, an insane, otherworldly hot dog and hamburger place with a crazy comedy show in the basement where people are eating sushi off of each other. And guys demonstrating his incredible kick flipping ability. That was pretty amazing, by the way. You guys really committed to that shit. I know. Next time. You see you one more. See you one more. Sometimes the outside of a place and I'd be smoking a cigarette, and folks may have seen this, some of you folks may have done this. Someone would pass through my secondhand smoke, and they do this very loud, conspicuous cough to let me know how much I fucked up their week by existing, you know? It would always bother me. Someone passed through my secondhand smoke, all of a sudden they start going, It would especially bother me when it was babies and infants doing it. It's like, I get it, baby, all right? You're a health nut, all right? Not all of us are on our way to yoga class, baby. Go donate to Andrew Yang, you liberal fucking baby. Jesus fucking Christ. People look at me and they think they can nail me down, right? They look at me and what do they see? Big fat sexual weirdos. And they're like, all right, I know what this guy's into. He's into combining food and sex. He probably spends all his sexual free time eating hot dogs out of people's butts. And that's not true. I don't like to combine food and sex. I find it unsexy, unsanitary, gross, but I have done it a bunch of times. Because you gotta find out what you're not into. Trying to go delve into this, I tried the oldest sort of food and sex thing that people try. What do people try the first time they try it? Whipped cream gag. I tried the old whipped cream gag, and it did not go over that well. Maybe because it kept calling it the old whipped cream gag. I guess that's not the most sensual thing to call it with your partner. It's going down this girl with whipped cream, and she goes, "Oh, does that make me taste delicious?" And I was like, "It tastes like your pussy with whipped cream on it. It is like a tub of Cool Whip I would return immediately." I'm gonna try to break. You gotta talk to that dairy girl. Get me her phone number because she seems like a pimp. All right, guys, you know who's a pimp? You guys are all pimps. Thank you folks so much for listening to me talk. Thanks for supporting the Greater Boston Food Bank. That's your wonderful host.